Rest in power. Rest well. Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson, South Carolina native. I'm actually here in South Carolina. Been here about 20, 21 years. About, a week and a half, 2 weeks. Born and raised on the south side of Chicago. Shout out to Chi-Town. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas. I just saw the homegoing celebration. Was it Hope of Life, Salem Baptist Church. Shout out to Reverend Meeks. My mother is a big fan of yours. I just want to say thank you to Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson. And shout out to Isaiah Thomas, because he gave his own speech. It just kind of, talked about what Reverend Jackson meant to him and some of the words that he said to Isaiah when he was a little shorty. And he and his mom were in a soup line. And when Isaiah said it, Reverend Jackson kind of leaned down and said, "You are somebody." I don't think people really get it. And if you didn't grow up in Chicago, you really wouldn't fully get it. But if you were a kid, or a teenager, I remember in the early 70s, as a kid, sitting at the kitchen table on Saturday morning, listening to the live radio broadcast of Operation Push 930 East 50th Place. And then you would have the choir and Rest in Power, Reverend Willie Barrow. She was dynamic, and she would introduce Reverend Jackson Band. But Reverend Jackson, when he would come on, and every week it would be a different message, different theme, but the closing theme, the climax was always, "I am somebody. I am." And for a little black boy growing up on the south side of Chicago, son of a single mom, the oldest child, the only boy of a single mom that people talked about and tried to shame and ridicule and just disrespected her and said that she wasn't going to be anything and that I wasn't going to be anything. Well, they were wrong about my mother. They were wrong about me. And one of the reasons they were, because I remember every Saturday for years on the radio, Saturday morning, my mother and my grandmother would be listening to Operation Push, the live broadcast. They did not miss a Saturday. We might be cleaning the house or whatever. My mother may have some music on, but at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. Central Time, Saturday morning, she'd have that Operation Push live broadcast on. And I would hear Reverend Jackson say, "I am." And it was something about when he would say it, and it was like a call to action, call and response. It was a mantra, and it entered my spirit and my soul, and it empowered you. It was like it gave you superpower. It was like plugging into a power source like the sun. And you just felt that much power when you said those words. As a little kid, as a little black kid on the south side of Chicago, I would stick my chest out and say, "I am somebody." I understood what that meant. I am somebody. And there are millions and millions of people who were children and teenagers and even adults that heard those words, and they were empowered by Reverend Jackson, and it helped them be the best version of themselves, because nobody can beat you being the best version of you, because you are somebody. I am somebody. Rest well, Reverend Jackson. Rest in power.